Welcome to Escape This Podcast, a show that's a mix between tabletop role-playing and escape room puzzles. This is the start of Season 9. We are back to standalone rooms.
And not only standalone rooms that I didn't have to write.
Yes, this is the start of another season of Guest Game Master run rooms. Guest Game Master written room. They did all of it. They wrote it and they're running it. And our first guest game master for this season is Tom Mortishire-Smith. Welcome, Tom.
Hello. It's good to be here.
Now, I remember we should have had you on last season, and then we ended up with a whole series of drops in communication that were mostly my fault.
No, it was my fault.
Oh, it was Danny's fault.
Yes, this was the brief period where I was in charge of our communications with people.
And you failed.
I should not have had that job.
So now we've finally rectified our mistake, and we've brought you on to start Season 9. So we're very excited to play the room that you've written for us.
And we've done plenty of chatting with you about escape rooms before, but I suppose it's only fair that we ask the usual questions. Tell us and the audience a little bit about you and your experience with escape rooms.
My experience with escape rooms mainly comes from playing them. Basically, I've played all of my rooms since starting university. So in the 3 years it's been since October 2018, I've played 28 rooms in person.
Nice.
And then a total of 30 because I've played 2 beforehand as well.
Oh, fun.
Excellent.
We were actually involved in a project that you were doing, which I believe was for your degree, which was a sort of a documentary you were putting together on escape room stuff that we did an interview for.
Yeah, so that was a documentary I made for my honours project, which is my big project of my degree. And I was looking at escape rooms in general across the whole industry. So looking at escape room owners, what it's like to build and design rooms and host them. And, you know, for the enthusiasts as well, what it's like to play rooms. And then, of course, with you, what it's like to create audio rooms and how that's different from in-person real rooms.
And that'll be screening at Cannes Film Festival, I'm assuming?
I don't know if it's that good quality, but that's what I aspire at someday.
The nominations haven't come out yet. We're still waiting.
You never know. Fingers crossed. Wonderful. And also, so obviously this is escape rooms mixed with tabletop role-playing. Do you have any tabletop role-playing experience?
I have a bit like some of the other guests you've had in that I've started playing Dungeons and Dragons a bit.
Nice.
Mainly as a player. So I'm in 2 campaigns and I don't really have much experience in terms of hosting tabletop games. I've played. I've hosted 1 Dungeons and Dragons one shot, and I've play tested this room about 3 times. So hopefully enough for this to go well.
That is more than I often do.
True.
So I'm sure it'll go great.
All right, wonderful. Well, I think we're ready to go. Tom, why don't you whisk us away into a world of imagination?
Sure. Here we go then. Welcome to Podland, the only place where podcasts are the mainstream form of entertainment, more popular than the cinema, more popular than going bowling. However, over the past few months, the underground market of illegally selling unbroadcast podcast material has become an ever-growing problem. You decided to join this market predominantly for the thrill of it. However, you have recently been caught by the police on a backstreet deal. Luckily, since you're new to the job, you'll only end up in a holding cell and not full-blown prison. After a few minutes, you get put into your cell. 2 lunchboxes appear through the food hatch of the door. Inside one of these lunchboxes, you find the following note. You guys, of course you ended up here. I'm surprised it took you so little time since joining the gang. Luckily, the gang has me on the inside. I do have some good news for you. I managed to hide an escape route throughout the prison, so you can get out. Once you get out, I'll be waiting for you. Black car, of course. On the far side of the street, exactly in front of the front door to the station. Look after yourselves, I'm watching you. So this cell is quite atypical. It's not the sort of cell you might see on TV. This one seems quite accommodating and luxurious. So you come through the door on the southwest corner. The cell is slightly longer than it is wide.
Yeah, that's what you get for drawing a square.
Don't worry, I've sectioned it off.
On the south wall is a wardrobe.
Oh, that is a fancy cell.
In the middle of the room is a metal dining table with 2 chairs.
Right, I'm going to draw this fancy wardrobe. Give it some drawers.
My wardrobe is very unfancy.
Give it a big opening. There we go.
How do you draw doors again? All right, I'm
I'd
good.
also like to make the
good.
argument that I think podcasts probably are more popular than bowling in the real world.
Really?
I think more people listen to podcasts
When
than
was
go
the
bowling.
last time you knew of some children who had a podcast party?
When was the last time you knew of any human being going bowling? Yeah, there you go, see? Sorry, we gotta...
I had to not answer because there is no funny way to answer something with such a normal answer. Cool.
Cupboard,
Dining
table.
room, wardrobe, door.
In the northwest corner is a bunk bed with a guy lying on top of the top
Oh.
bunk. And then halfway along the east wall is a desk. And above the desk is a window with bars hanging on it, 4 bars to be specific. And then along the north wall is a vent quite high up. Lastly, in the, I guess, top half of the west wall is a toilet. And then going further towards the south wall, you have a sink and then a shower.
Okay.
Yeah, over to you.
Oh, all right. Oh, we're good to go. I'd like to point out as well,
Mhm.
we're pirates, Danny.
I suppose that's
Podcast
true.
pirates. Would you like to do the voice?
What?
Arr!
Why would I
Why we found podcasts?
want to do
Podcasts
that?
ahoy! You'll never keep me alive. You'll never keep me alive. Oh no!
Yeah, that's how that goes.
Okay, so we've got a room to investigate. We've got a note from someone who is a gang insider who's, I guess, works for the cops, who's hidden an escape route for us. What do you want to look at first?
Do you know how to draw a sink without it just looking like a really tall toilet?
Yeah, look.
Yeah, that's pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty good, right?
It's just a tall toilet.
That is just you've really just drawn a tall toilet.
Just
I don't know,
don't
just
draw the
draw a
back of the
sink.
toilet on it.
Okay, stop drawing
Okay.
and solve me some puzzles. What do we want to look at first?
All right. I'm going to go straight to. Let's ignore this whole prison thing. Let's check out this window. Who knows? Maybe we can just get straight out that way.
Let's do it.
I want to rattle some bars.
Let's check out the window.
Sure, so climbing on top of the desk so you can get to the window. You have a look out, and all you can see through the bars is essentially a back alley. Just a brick wall and essentially like a corridor going from left to right.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, of course, there are 4 black bars in front of the window, and the window doesn't open. There's no latch or anything for you to open it.
If we play with these bars, if we like flick each of the bars,
Give them a good solid
give
shake.
them a shake, do any of them seem different from the others?
The second in from the left rattles ever so slightly, but it's hard to notice it.
Fair enough. Just seems like a natural rattle.
Natural window rattle.
Slightly dodgy concrete above it, maybe.
Maybe.
I like the sound of that. Don't look at me. I'm not drawing.
Stop drawing and okay. Well, I'm going to say, we're already standing on it. Can we have a look at this desk that's just underneath the window?
Sure. So this is quite a shabby desk. It's everything you'd expect a desk to be. So it's essentially a thick piece of wood with 4 wooden legs. You do notice that along the front of the desk, roughly in the middle, is a drawer with like a small handle and a key lock.
Ooh, love it.
Now, we don't know if it's locked though. So can I just try and open that drawer?
So you try open it and it pretty much jams about after a centimetre.
Yeah,
Cool.
It's a locked drawer.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to find a key. That was an actual key, right?
Yep.
Okay, we're looking for a drawer key. What do you want to look at next?
Vent. Keys are always either in vents or in people's stomachs. So I would like to check out the vent first and then our roommate.
Sure, the vent was quite high up, wasn't
that's
it? So
true,
can we
it
grab
was.
one of the chairs by the dining table, bring that over, and look in the vent?
Even on the chair, it's still quite high up, probably about maybe head height when you're on the chair.
Okay.
It's just this metal grate with basically screwed into place, 1 screw in each corner.
Okay.
and tightly enough that we can't remove it with our fingers or anything.
We're just podcast pirates, man. We don't have that kind of strength.
Oh, I use the hook hand that I've got as a makeshift screwdriver to unscrew the vent. Okay, so we need like a screwdriver. Maybe it's in the drawer.
Possibly.
Maybe it's in the
Maybe
drawer.
there's nothing important about this vent whatsoever.
That would be weird.
I've forgotten about it already.
All right, what do you want to look at? The other guy, you said you want to go talk to the dude?
I mean, I really don't. I'm terrified.
Well, then
but
let's
it
keep
seems
looking
like
around.
no. Let's get it over with. He's got to be wondering what we're up to now.
All right, we're going to talk to what's his name?
Does he have a set name?
Ask him and find out.
All right. You there, fellow, what's your name?
So as you start talking, you see he's staring pretty intently at the wall. It takes a bit of time to get his attention, but he finally notices you and says, you, hello. You can tell my voice acting isn't that good.
I understand completely.
Yeah, what's your name, man?
It's Dave.
Dave. Hey, Dave, what are you in for?
I legally tried to source some microphones for my friends who are trying to start up a podcast.
We know the game, man.
That's-
We're podcast pirates.
That's badass.
I stole an episode of 99% Invisible. They couldn't do anything. I just walked right in, I stole it.
You're one of those podcast thieves, are you?
Yeah, that's me. They call me Podcast Pirate Jim. It's not my name. That's just what they call me because they don't know my name because I'm too good at my job and they can never catch me. But I've been caught.
Yeah, clearly you're not that good if you've ended up here with me.
That's fair. Hey, do you know a way out of this cell?
Nope, I'm just hanging out a few days here on this spunk bed. I've not bothered to try and find a way out because I'm that lazy.
Ugh. Do you have a screwdriver?
Yeah, have you gathered anything?
Got any stuff for us? Is there a key in your hands?
Nope, they took all my belongings when I got in here.
Oh, interesting. Maybe we can get his belongings later. Or maybe not.
Yeah, we'll see. All right.
You said he was staring intently at the wall. Was he looking at anything in particular?
Nope, he's just staring at the wall to give him sort of like a focal point.
Ah.
Well, I clearly drew this guy with much too happy a facial expression.
Well, while we're here, do you want to check out the other bed? The lower bunk bed?
That's only fair.
Let's check out the
If we
bunk
fail
bed.
at this, we're going to be here a while.
Yeah. What is the bunk bed doing?
So the bunk bed itself is pretty empty. It's just got a pillow on top and then like a thin layer of quilt, I guess, or material for you to lie in.
Yeah.
Can we, if we do like a search through with rigor, dig our hands in the pillowcase, take the sheets off the bed, look under the mattress, etc., etc. Any new interesting things?
Assuming we got a pillowcase.
Rip the pillow open.
Luxury.
Rip the pillow open and search for keys.
So ripping open the pillow, you find nothing except bird feathers. Though exploring the rest of the bunk bed, if you lift up the mattress, you find under the bed, on the floor, you find a box and it's like a torn up photo.
Oh.
And in terms of the torn up photo, if you open folder number 1,
Exciting.
you'll find a picture in there of said torn up photo.
Ooh. All right, so for people at home, there'll be a link to this picture for you to have a look at. But let's have a look. What is this picture? Oh, okay.
Oh, forest.
It's like a forest scape that has been torn up.
Love it.
Now, that
been
looks like it
torn?
is missing those sections, isn't it? Like, that doesn't look like
yeah,
it'll
those look like
go-
those are
or
chunky.
would it?
Well, I mean, the one.
Or would it go back? Would it just line up? I don't know. It doesn't.
I don't
these
think
pieces
those look like
they
the
don't line
same
up together.
tree.
No,
I
look,
don't think it's perfect.
Look at this
no.
hole here. That's not there.
No. It looks like there are big chunks of tree missing.
Yeah.
So for people, if you can't see this at home, these have, by no means perfect, but relatively neat vertical tears in
Yes,
them.
they're
with
like vertical strips of a
taken out.
photograph of a green forest. Does this look like some kind of solvable puzzle in and of itself to you? It doesn't to me.
I would be shocked if it was, but again, I am definitely not gonna.
So there's 4 bits missing.
I'm not seeing anything immediately.
I
with
only
this.
have one thing that could be interesting.
Oh, yeah?
If there are 4 big vertical strips that are torn out of this picture,
Mhm.
could that have something to do with the window with its 4 vertical bars
Interesting.
going through the center?
That does feel
So like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Entirely possible.
It could be. Don't know
Huh.
yet because I don't know what to do with this picture yet, but that could be some connection.
I like it.
And the second bar, so therefore the second kind of tear,
There's something.
was a little bit wobbly.
Yeah, maybe
I don't
there's
have
something
it yet,
about that.
but maybe there's something in the future.
We don't really know. So maybe if we can find these missing pieces, they will make it a little clearer what to do.
Maybe. In the meantime, can we have a look at this box?
Yeah, so this box feels like a solid box. It's got a chain wrapped all the way around it. The chains are held together by another key lock, and if you move the lock just to the side of with difficulty, you can see under the key lock is another 3-digit combination built into the box, a bit like the 3 digits you might find on a briefcase.
Gotcha.
Okay, so it's got a padlock and a 3-digit lock.
Okay.
And we haven't found any keys or codes.
Not yet.
So we should keep looking around.
I guess we must.
Is there any way for us while we're here to investigate the bed that Dave is on?
Without getting too much in his way.
There's nothing interesting about it other than there's a guy lying on top of it.
Other than Dave. Okay, cool. Awesome. We'll keep looking around. What do you want to look at?
I mean...
It's an arbitrary decision.
No, it's not. It feels like we probably should have gone to the toilet first, doesn't it?
Not really, but sure.
Really? We're in a jail cell.
Things got hidden keys in it?
I mean, it's a toilet.
Let's check the toilet. What's going on with the toilet?
Just normal.
Sure, so you look at the toilet and you realise you shouldn't probably use the toilet at all because it doesn't flush.
Oh, no. Okay. Is there any, a cistern at the back or something that we could open and have a look inside to see if there's anything hidden?
There is. You open it and it's completely empty of water. Otherwise, this is a completely normal toilet.
Huh.
Okay. Cistern is empty. Danny, can you just stick your arm down the toilet and see if there's anything?
Must I?
Yeah, you must.
Yeah, all right. Why not? All right.
You stick your arm under and there's nothing. It's a completely empty toilet as if it's just been installed.
That is both disappointing and quite a relief. Thank you for not using this, Dave.
You're welcome.
Okay. Okay, so toilet seems to be unfunctioning. No water at all.
Mm-hmm. Toilet seat, anything to look at under its lid if it indeed has one?
Nope, nothing interesting. It's just an ordinary toilet.
I hate ordinary toilets.
Okay, check the sink.
Yep.
We'll
Sink
check
time.
the sink as well. Does the sink work? Oh, tell us about the sink first.
So the sink, again, much like the toilet, is an ordinary sink. You try turning the taps. There's 2 taps. There's a hot and a cold. And even though the toilet seems very under-engineered, the sink seems over-engineered in that when you turn the cold tap, freezing cold water bursts out. And when you turn the hot tap, lava hot water comes out.
Good to know.
All right. So
I
we can
have-
get some extreme temperatured water if we need
Yep.
it.
I have written cold equals cold and hot equals hot.
I've written icy and boiling.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have our methods.
Well, shall we continue our search of the plumbing and check out the shower?
Yep, let's check out this bare bones
We're
shower.
going to check out the BBs.
See if this one works.
So the shower only has 1 tap for water. As you turn it, a small dribble of water comes out and then it stops.
Okay, no water.
Okay.
All right.
Still got a couple things to go.
We still have like 3 things that I can think of to check out.
Yes, I
Well,
think
maybe
that's
4
true.
even. So
Oh.
let's check out the door out of the cell.
Yep, makes sense to me.
So the door you came through is very much like the door that you see in movies. It's this huge steel door, and it's got 1 hole for you to look through, and then underneath it's got like a hatch or a latch which comes down for them to pass food through. Looking out the window, you can just see a whole load of other cells, and perhaps occasionally you might see a guard walking past on a different floor.
Okay, so it looks out into like other cells.
Yeah,
Yeah, other holding cells, yes.
Okay.
Anyone out there doing anything exciting?
Nope, you just see a guard walk past here and there, but they don't seem too bothered.
Okay.
And you're right, there was a fourth thing. Okay, which would you like next?
Shall we check out the dining table?
Okay.
Yeah, so the dining table, contrary to the wooden desk, this one is made out of metal, though its two chairs are still wooden. On two of the legs of the table, you find there are a 3x3 grid etched into the leg, so one in each.
Ooh,
Um,
okay.
in one of the 3x3 grids, you find that on the top row of the 3x3 grid, the middle and the right hand side dots, if you will, have a cross through them. And on the other leg with the 3x3 grid, you notice that the far left dot of the top row has an X through it. The very middle dot has an X through it. And the middle dot of the lowest row has an X through it.
So does that match? Does my drawing? Yeah, our drawings match. So
Right.
we've drawn the same thing. It looks like someone's playing noughts and crosses.
But not particularly well.
Yeah, the circles are really not doing well. Which is tic-tac-toe for our American friends.
Is that?
Noughts and crosses? I don't think they call it noughts
yeah,
and
they
crosses.
probably don't do that.
They call it tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, good point. We call it both.
Now, there is one specific square on each of these grids that is like the winning move for noughts, if you're playing with noughts and crosses.
Yeah, that's true. Well, no, the second one has two possible spots.
Oh, it does have two, you're right.
But I
does have
don't know
two.
what we would do with those just yet.
No, don't quite know what to do with that. And that's only on two of the legs. The other two legs are bare.
Yes,
How about the chairs and their legs?
just regular chairs. They look like they've been scraped a lot when they've been moved in and out from the table.
Fair.
Is there anything on the table, or is it just a bare table?
There's just there are the lunch boxes that you got at the beginning, which you put on.
Yeah.
Of course, I forgot about those lunch
That
boxes.
was my fourth thing.
My fourth
that I
thing was just
remembered.
the wall.
Good point. Good
Well,
point.
let's do the wardrobe, and then we'll open the lunch boxes.
Yep,
the
that
thing that
seems
maybe
fair.
should have started our entire
That
thing, because
would
they
have
were the
made
one that was
sense.
handed to us by the person who was going to start our journey.
It seems likely.
Yeah, we're fools, but let's go. Let's pretend that
Wardrobe
we're not.
first.
This is all a calculated plan. Let's check out the wardrobe first.
So the weird thing about this wardrobe is that there's actually no way to open it. There's no handle of anything. There is a top-down mirror on the right-hand side of the front. Just from the top of the wardrobe to the bottom is this mirror.
Oh.
Other than that, it's just a wardrobe apart from no handle.
When we look at Dave in the mirror, does he have a reflection, or is he a vampire?
He's got a reflection. He's a normal person.
Whatever.
Okay, but it doesn't seem to have any handles. Can't open it.
No.
All right, I think it's lunchbox time.
Lunch. Okay, so one of them had the note that we, were told that we had a friend who was going to help us out with. The other one, I don't think we saw much of, did we?
No, it's just got prison food in it, so sort of like sloppy goo and overcooked and mushy carrot sort of thing. Very prison-esque sort of food.
Cool. Hey, Dave, you like this?
I'm never that hungry. It all
Oh.
looks like grease to me.
hoping-
It's all Greek to me.
I was hoping we might be able to bribe him.
Yeah. Okay. So now we've kind of looked at everything.
Cool. Well, I'm going to stick my hand in the mush to see if there's anything in there.
Yeah. Search that mush.
So you search it and you find nothing. So now you're just left with a greasy, messy hand.
And I can't even wash it very well.
You can deal with the icy water.
Yeah, I got to stop sticking my hand in things.
Okay. Yeah. So what do we do now? We found this box, but we can't open it because we need a key and a digit.
Yeah, the
lock.
the original lunchbox was all good, right?
Yeah. There's nothing in the other.
Nothing in the first lunchbox except for the note.
Cool. Is there anything about that note that we should be investigating closer, or
No,
all good?
it's just a note with things written on it.
Lovely.
Cool. It's a story note. We could maybe, I was thinking there's a couple of tiny little extra search things. Like, can we look underneath, see if there's anything under the dining table,
have
like taped
one
to the bottom, or
move that I wanna
underneath
try
the
as well.
desk, things like that. I'm assuming there's nothing that we find.
No.
Cool.
And I will say now, there's nothing on the back of the door.
What?
Good.
What? Okay. My other thing, we got a mirror. We got some hot water. Some hot water.
Oh, can we pull in Alex's bathroom?
Any chance that we can fog something up?
If we run that hot water, does it steam up the room enough to see if to reach the wardrobe mirror?
To reach the wardrobe mirror.
I'm going to say yes in that if you... Wait,
We
no,
could
it's a
grab- what
sink,
do we-
isn't it?
Can we grab the wardrobe mirror and pull it near the sink so that the steam steams
Seemed
up.
even less likely.
Okay, so with just enough force, you manage to wrench the mirror off the wardrobe. You take it over to the sink and you steam it up. Now you've just got a steamy mirror.
That's okay. We can leave a message for the next person.
I was thinking, it sounds like this isn't the right way to do it. I wonder why he's giving it to us. Oh, turns out there's nothing on the mirror. Okay. Oh, what else do we do?
How are we so stuck already? Oh, God. Just staring at this ripped photo.
The photo seems to be our biggest lead. It's just a thing that we found.
Except for those X's, maybe, because they seem
Oh, the X's are a thing as
like
well.
something too.
Have we seen a 3x3 grid anywhere else?
I mean, not that I've drawn.
Not that I can think of.
I have done a lot of drawing.
Yeah, I really don't think we've seen 3x3 grids. I think we would have noticed.
Yeah.
What do we do? Can we can interact with the sink but not really achieve anything. The toilet, again, there's nothing that we haven't sort of used it, but I can't think of how to interact with it yet. Same with the shower. Under the bed we found this picture, and I can't get out of my head that the four missing bits are the 4 bars. But I don't know what to do with that if that were the case.
Can we, take these bits of photo and put them...
Yeah, do the bits of photo fit between the bars of the window? Is it a giant photo and a tiny window?
Yeah, so you squeeze them through to cover the window, and now
nice.
into the back alley you've got a view of a forest. And of course the bars do line up with the missing bits of photo.
Nice.
And the second from the left bar that you looked at earlier, which seemed a bit wobbly, that now comes completely out. And on the back, you notice that there's a key blue tacked to the back of it.
Ah.
Oh, we could have just reached around. We didn't even need to pull it off.
Ah.
Okay, cool. So it did line up. We should have just tried to interact. Okay.
Yeah, that didn't occur to me. We went, oh, great. These things are associated with each other. Let's not put them together ever.
Okay, so we've got a key now.
Oh,
we've got
okay.
2 things that could unlock, so I'm hoping it unlocks the desk.
Please be the desk drawer.
Does
Can
that
we
work
try
on
the
the
key on the
desk
desk
drawer?
drawer?
Yeah, so you try it on the desk door, and it now completely slides open.
Yes.
And
good.
on the inside, you find yet another note, and it says, every gang has its own identity tags. Each tag is assigned to a person when they reach an important milestone in the gang.
Okay. I thought that would get us a more actionable solution. All right. Every gang has its own identity kind of tags based on milestones. That's new information that we've got from this puzzle path of picture to window to desk drawer.
Hey, Dave, are you in a gang?
Hey, Dave, you in a gang?
Loosely.
What's your identity tag, Dave?
And when you say that, he reaches around his neck and he pulls out 3 metal tags attached by metal chains, essentially. And if you go back into the notes, you can open folder number 2, which is
nice.
2 underscore tags, and you'll get a photo of these tags.
All right, let's go. Ooh, they look like kind of braille-y, don't they? Do you want to each describe? So for people at home, you have a picture of these tags. But what we're looking at is there's 3 rectangular tags, and on the top section they have kind of what looks like braille. There's 2
perhaps
braille
2
letters,
characters in braille.
and then underneath that they've each got what I'm going to interpret as a date.
Yeah.
Right. 07.10.99, which I'm thinking is the 7th of October, 1999.
Yeah, and we can tell they're definitely written the good way because
the next one is
14.
14.07.01. So I'm thinking the 14th of July 2001. And then 29/11/93, which is the 29th of November 1993. That's what I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got those 3 dates. And then above it, now we're saying braille-like, but what they actually are is you could picture if it's vertically, you could have 3 dots, and the first one has a dot at the bottom, the next one has the whole line, top, middle, bottom.
But then it looks like
there's a gap,
hint of a bigger gap,
and then one just at the top, and then just at the top middle.
Yeah, so it looks like a backwards L and then a
tiny baby 7.
Yeah.
And then a backwards L and a diagonal line, like
and
a
then backwards
backslash
L
thing,
and a
then
forward slash.
the other diagonal line.
Okay. These seem helpful, especially when we know we've got a combination lock coming. But what are we going to do with these bad boys?
Yes.
Let's see.
Doot, doot. Doot, doot, doot. And doot, doot, doot. Yes. And so we've got dates and these things. And these are meant to match to certain milestones.
Hmm.
Maybe Dave will just tell us. Hey, Dave, what did you do to earn these tags?
So the first tag I got back in '93 was when I joined, and the other tags I got were just when I went up the hierarchy of the gang. I got these tags to denote rank.
Oh, interesting. So can we interpret these in a way, knowing the order of them, knowing like they each like going up in a rank? It's like L and then bottom left, top right. Then the next one is top right, top left, bottom right. And then the next one is top left, bottom right. Like, is there some like, can we think of an order that makes sense out of those?
I'm just rewriting them in date order.
Yeah. Dave.
And this is what I said earlier before we started recording. Folder number 6 has the key in case you're stuck.
Is this something that we can work out, or is it something we need to know? Like, it's not just like, do you know Braille?
I think it is something you would need to know Braille for. And if you don't, there is the key in folder number 6 in case you don't know it.
Okay.
I tried Braille, but it's really hard to like. I learn different codes and languages and things by writing them out myself, and Braille is a really hard one to just write yourself.
So, we have a key for the Braille.
Oh, fantastic!
It looks like the symbols are. Have you've written out in order?
Yeah.
I believe the first one is 9.
Okay.
The second one was 4.
Is that the 4?
And then the third one is 5.
Okay, should we check
Looks
that?
like 9, 4, 5.
Should we check that order again? We do have a 3-digit lock.
Yes. Can we put I know the 3-digit lock also has a key lock in the box, but if we put 9, 4, 5 into the 3-digit lock, does it open?
It's really hard to get to the 3-digit lock because the key lock is in the way. And there's all the chains surrounding it as well.
Does the same key that we use to open the drawer open the box lock?
No, I when I was making this room, it's a one-use policy, much like actual rooms itself.
I throw the key out the window.
Fair.
Okay, so we now have, I'm assuming, hopefully, the code for that box.
Yep.
But we still need the key.
Mm-hmm.
So we're back to our...
Is there any extra interesting plumbing decisions we can make with, say, the shower head and messing around with that?
I mean, I was going to say, when you looked at it earlier, it did seem weird that a trickle came out of the shower and then it completely stopped.
You're
I have just noticed that.
Are you thinking it's blocked?
I just considered that possibility.
Can we unscrew parts of the shower to see if it's blocked?
So you unscrew the shower head and it completely comes off, and out from the piping, just above the shower head, falls a small silver key.
Yes.
Nice. All right, we use that key on the box.
Okay, and it opens, and the chains just fall off onto the floor with a clatter.
I definitely pocket as many of those chains as will fit in our pockets.
Danny's going to be a ghost when she grows up. Okay, and does the 945 work on the 3-digit lock?
It does.
Yes!
Let's open this box, baby!
You open the box, and inside you find a screwdriver, a flat-headed screwdriver.
Nice.
Love it. We were looking for one of those.
Brilliant.
See you later, Dave. Sorry, you've been very helpful.
Yeah, and we're not getting away. I don't know how big the vent is. I don't know if we can crawl through it or anything. Maybe we can. Let's find out. We unscrew the vent.
So you unscrew the vent, and it takes a while just because it's so small and fiddly. But eventually, probably after 2-3 minutes, you manage to unscrew everything, and the grate of the vent just falls off and it hits you in the head. And inside the vent, it's not big enough for you to crawl through by any means. But inside is a switch.
Ooh.
I flick it.
So you flick it, and you hear a noise coming from behind you, and you turn around, and you see the door of the wardrobe has unlocked.
Nice.
And it's slightly ajar.
I forgot about I was just like, and now the door opens and we leave. Cool. We rush to the wardrobe.
So you go to the wardrobe and you open the door, and inside. Wait, question: are you playing as one player, or are you
That's a
both
good
playing as the same person?
That's a good question.
I'm playing as 3 characters, and Danny has 4, so there's 7 of us in the room.
I was imagining us being merged, but okay,
No,
I
think
see
we
you
can
want
be
to take the
we
very
can, no,
separate route.
We can be one merged person.
Okay, so then when you open the wardrobe, you find a singular police uniform.
Yes.
And when you
nice.
take that off the hooks, you notice on the back of the wardrobe is a 3x3 grid of buttons. And as you press any of the buttons, they light up. Then after about 5 seconds, they turn off again.
Cool. Okay, so first of all, we dress as a police officer.
Absolutely. You
Now,
never know.
can we replicate the first, I don't know about solving them, but first, why don't we just replicate the 2 separate grids we found? So can we press the top, middle, and top right buttons so those 2 are lit up and then just chill?
Okay, so you press those 2 corner buttons and you chill, and then they both turn off after 5 seconds.
And then I assume the same would go if we tried the other one. What if we do all 5 of those?
Yeah, so what if we do the whole
buttons,
top row and then the whole middle column?
making a T?
Making a T.
So the moment you put in all 5 buttons, they don't turn off, they stay switched on. And then again, you notice another creaking from behind you in the far corner of the room. And you know that...
Dave opens.
You see that the toilet has swung off the wall a bit.
Oh, it was a
fake-
trick toilet.
Yeah, it was a fake
I
toilet.
didn't
And
see
then
that
you
coming.
open it, and you see behind the toilet is this small tunnel which comes to about waist height. And so you crawl through this tunnel away from the cell. And eventually, after a bit of crawling up and down, left, right, you find yourself in the staff room of all places.
Oh, okay. Good thing we got the police uniform on.
This staff room is everything you would expect a staff room to be. You crawl through the vent into the east wall of the staff room.
Oh, all right.
I accidentally drew it on the west. I'm just going to flip my notes upside down.
I was definitely about to draw it on the west, so I just got to make my tunnel twice as long.
No, I've just flipped my notes.
There we go. All right. East wall.
In the middle of the room is another gigantic table taking up like 2/3 of the room. And on the top are just like these stacks upon stacks of files. On the north wall is a door, and to the left of the door is a notice board. On the south of the wall are 4 lockers
Are they all smushed together or separated?
smushed together. It's sort of like they're one unit divided into 4 lockers. The west wall is different in that coming off the west wall on the south is sort of like a next room, if you will, without a partition or a door leading to the toilets. And on so like the north of or on the top half of the west wall is a kitchen, again with no door or partition. Before I let you loose to investigate, in the southeast corner is a coat stand with 2 coats on it, and in the pocket of one of these coats is another note, because your inside man loves his notes. And it said, I see you've made it out of the cell. Good job. Though, bad news, that's only half the struggle. Luckily, I've also managed to hide an escape route in the staff room. Good luck. I'll be waiting.
This guy's awesome.
Oh, he's a weirdo. He keeps hiding escape routes. Just let us out. Okay, so
I like that there must have been something about that coat that we just were drawn to because we knew this person, so we just went, we know this guy's favorite coat.
yeah. Okay, let's
But
start
I'd
looking around.
like
We
to
got
think that there was something
Danny, we have no
special.
time to waste on jokes and
We're dressed
bits.
like a police person. We can take whatever time
No,
we need.
we rush over to the notice board.
So on this notice board is rota shift patterns. There's the occasional mugshot and basically criminal profile of the most notorious gang leaders in the area.
Brilliant. Okay. That sounds like there's a lot of information. So maybe if we know something in particular, we might see a particular notice.
Exactly.
I don't want to look at these files because there's so many of them.
That's fair too.
Would you like to look at the kitchen?
Sure.
Let's go to the kitchen.
So you go into the kitchen. This is very sort of like work kitchen-esque in that, there's mugs lying around with, stone cold coffee in them. It's got every appliance you would need. But you notice that the kettle is the only appliance where it is actually plugged in.
So the rest looks...
Wait a second. I'd like to go back in our own thoughts here.
Hmm?
When we were talking to Dave,
Yeah.
did he ever look us in the eye?
What?
Is Dave blind?
No, he's not. He looked at you to sort of like acknowledge that you were there and to get a good look at you.
Okay. Well, because he had like braille, like
And
dog
he was
tags,
staring at
and
a
he was
wall.
staring at
He
a
thought
wall.
that we were just
And
really
when we
ableist.
said hello, he was like, "Oh, it's you." I thought actually he was blind. We were just missing it. Okay, sorry. What was in the kitchen? I was thinking
Kettle is the only appliance that's plugged in, but the others are there. They're just not plugged in?
Yeah, the others, the fridge is plugged in because the staff members need to keep their lunch cool. But in terms of things like, toaster, kettle...
It's like my parents' house. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, now the audience understands. That's much more relatable.
My parents don't keep their toaster plugged in, and it weirds me out.
Is there anything in the... Does the kettle rattle? Is there anything in there?
There's a faint dribble of water inside, but you couldn't make a cup of coffee or anything.
Well, that's just sad, but good to know.
If we search around the kitchen, is there anything else that we can find, or is it really just a kettle that's the only thing?
Including the fridge.
Yeah, like we open the fridge.
You find that in the fridge are staff members' lunches. The sink works perfectly fine in this room. Otherwise, it's just a regular kitchen.
Cool. All right. Well, just because I feel like...
When we've got our escape route, I'm definitely just, if we've got time at the end, taking some handfuls of mush and replacing their lunches with mush.
Rude.
I'm a pirate, Billy.
You are a pirate.
I don't obey society's norms.
No, true.
Mush lunch.
Because I think we might need it later, can we fill up the kettle and start it boiling, just in case we do need it later?
Sure. So you start boiling the kettle, and after probably 10 seconds, the whole room short circuits and all the lights turn off. And going back into the main part of the room, you notice there's a faint glow coming from the table, as one of the files has a big invisible ink X drawn all across it.
Oh, damn.
And
I meant to do that.
just as you notice this, the lights turn back on again.
Can we see that file that had the big X
Grabbing
on it?
that file.
Sure. So you
I'll put that in my notes as the X file.
Beautiful.
you open this, and you notice the file it belongs to is a guy called Tim Todson. You may now look in file number 3.
Open that file, Billy.
I shall. Oh, no, open the wrong file.
Number 3 is called
Number
Tim
3.
Todson.
It wasn't that he opened the wrong file and saw spoilers or anything. He just opened the complete wrong tab. Ooh, okay.
Oh.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so we're looking at a picture of Tim Todson, date of birth 13th December. This picture is in the notes for anybody playing at home.
He looks like an older gentleman.
Looks like an older gentleman. He's got a moustache and he's bald and he's got glasses. And he's wearing a tan outfit. It looks like there's a small section ripped off the bottom right. But next to the ripped bit, we have what looks like a series of words with pieces missing. And it says, the first one says F__E. Then the next one is __X. E__H_.
But then that's where the rip
rip
starts,
is.
so that might keep going.
Well, I don't think it does, because I think I know what these words are.
What? Oh, okay. I don't yet. Oh my god.
I can tell you what I think.
Oh, okay. Numbers?
You think? Yeah, I think they're numbers.
That makes sense.
I think the word, like F blank E looks like it'll be 5. I don't think there's any other number it could be. Blank X must be 6. E blank H blank must be 8.
I like
If they are
that
numbers, those
makes
are the only
sense.
options.
Yep, I
So
love
we have
it.
5, 6, 8, and then a torn section. So maybe if we need like a 4-digit code, maybe we have the first 3 digits and the fourth has been ripped.
Could
or maybe we've got our own whole code. I don't know.
I wonder. Maybe
Does
it's just like someone's locker code or something.
It could be.
That
Maybe
feels
there's
cody.
a locker code. Yeah. I don't know if it's worth noting that his birthday's the 13th of December, but
Why
presumably
not?
it is because it's on there. But that's Tim Todson. Okay. Would you want to go and check the lockers?
Might as well. It's either the lockers or the toilets. I mean, that's not true, but...
Oh, actually, I'd like to check one other thing.
Oh?
If we go back to that notice board that had mugshots and other kind of info, do we see the name Tim Todson anywhere on the notice board?
That's fair.
Yes. Well,
Ooh.
you don't see the name, but you do see something which seems like it might fit.
It's Todson-esque.
Yeah. If you open file number 4 in the show notes.
Ooh, okay.
All right, I will open up another one we got here. Danny, would you like to describe this?
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
Nice.
Ooh, I love it. Well, this looks like the rest of that rip. Man, yeah. I wouldn't have thought to specifically ask that, but I'd like to think in a real escape room, we definitely would have spotted that.
Yes. So there we go. That's the latter half. So after that 8, what do we have already? It was 5, 6, 8.
Yep. And
now
then
it is blank W blank.
Great.
Clearly 2.
Yeah.
And F blank blank R.
Love
Clearly
it.
4.
Okay, good. That is helpful. That was a good place to go before the lockers.
Yeah, so that's a
Well done.
5-digit code, which you got written down?
Yep.
Brilliant. So I can just forget it. So now we can head over to the lockers if we need to.
Okay.
Let's head over to the lockers
And
now that we need to.
Here's hoping that that's actually what this is for, and we seem like we're doing everything in the right order.
Sure. So in terms of the 4 lockers, the middle 2 are empty and unlocked.
Oh.
The locker on the far left has a 5-digit lock.
Yes.
And the furthest right locker has a standard key lock.
Well, we got 5 digits. Does 56824 unlock that locker?
It does.
Yay! We're so smart.
Inside, you've noticed that there's a fresh police uniform, and there's also a black light.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
And of course, there's another note.
Love it.
And it
Nice.
says, if you've gotten this far without being caught, I'm impressed. Though you've only halfway through. I would wish you luck, but I'm not worried.
Okay.
Halfway through?
He said we were halfway through before.
So rude. Okay, wait, now, hold on. I gotta how much police uniform were we wearing from the cupboard? Because I only drew a hat.
Oh, I thought we had a full police uniform. Or do we only have a hat?
I don't know. I only drew a hat, and it might have just been because that's all I could draw.
I thought we had a whole uniform from before.
So it was a whole uniform that you got
Okay.
from the wardrobe, but I'll say for this, for the purpose of this, you find everything else that you need in that, there's like the belt, the hat,
Yes.
all the
the
accessories and all of
handcuffs,
that.
the badge,
That makes sense.
the moustache. Okay, so we have now a police uniform, which maybe we needed to leave, but no key for the other locker. But we do have this new UV torch black light
Yes.
thing.
Oh, man, I'm a little overwhelmed.
Hey.
I drew this room really big.
Okay, cool. Well, that's all right. Let's take the torch. Let's first check the last thing we haven't checked, which is the
2.
toilet. What else is having checked?
Well, there's another door as well.
Oh yeah, good point. Let's check the
check
in
these
the
bathrooms
toilet,
out.
the bathroom, and let's see what's going on in there. It's not really a
Sure,
separate
so-
room though.
The toilets, there are 2 cubicles on either side. On the far end of the toilets is what seems to be a cleaning cupboard. Or it is locked by a lock, but it's instead of being a padlock, it's very cleaning cupboard-esque in that the lock is inside the door, if that makes sense, rather than hanging off it.
Gotcha.
Yep, sure. It's just actually locked like a normal door would be.
Yeah.
Man, we need keys. Can we search the 2 cubicles?
Yep, kick open cubicles.
Yeah, can we kick the cubicles open?
So, in the same sense that your cell was quite luxurious, so are these toilets, in that they're rather wide, and instead of there being communal sinks, the sinks are inside the toilet as well. So in this, you've got the toilet, you've got the sinks, you've got a huge stack of toilet roll as well in the corner.
Ugh, all the luck.
Okay, we've got lots of toilet. Now, if we use the UV torch in here, do we? I know I don't like.
Ooh,
I don't really
that's
want
a
to use the UV
bad
torch in a bathroom,
idea.
but if we use that in here, do we see anything hidden around? Is there any secrets written on the toilet paper or around
Well,
the room?
Not while you're inside a cubicle.
Thank God.
Oh, but if we go out and look at the cleaning cupboard entry and the other,
Or the
things
outsides of
just
the
on the
doors to the
outside.
toilets.
yeah, the outsides of the cubicles, is there anything written?
So if you go back into the corridor, you shine your flashlight around, And you notice that on the door of the furthest cubicle on the right, there's just this massive X drawn on it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we go into that cubicle. Can we do a really thorough search? Can we look inside the cistern of that
Torch
toilet?
and not torch.
Yeah,
that
torch, not
specific
torch.
one.
Just like obviously it's been marked because it's interesting, like Tim Todson. Is there anything inside the toilet basin or in the etc. etc.?
Sure. So you find nothing in the cistern at the back, but if you were to open the lid of the toilet, you notice
Yes.
there's a key taped to the inside.
Fabulous.
We grab that key and we open. What do you think?
Oh, which one?
I'm going to say the locker.
Okay. I probably would have said cleaning cupboard just because it's right next to us. It feels convenient.
But I'm going based on that. Does make sense, but I'm going based on the X's.
Oh, I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm
going based on
saying
X's.
I don't want to walk that far.
Well, I do.
All
so
right.
I'm going to walk my half of the body over to the and try the key on the locker.
So on the locker, it works and it opens. And
Whatever.
It's the X's. It's the
Then-
X's about the lockers.
I know it makes sense.
there's basically nothing different about this locker in the sense that there's another uniform in there, but this one has no note, and instead of a black light, it's got essentially a crowbar.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay, we got a crowbar. All right.
Do crowbars have thingies at both ends or just one end?
Probably depends on the crowbar, but I think both ends. But they go opposite directions.
What?
They go like this. They go like that. That's a crowbar.
All right, fine.
You've drawn a telephone receiver. You've drawn a landline phone.
Like that?
Yeah, I feel like they're more curved.
You're more curved.
I am. The one thing they tell you about me is that I'm more curved than a crowbar.
Okay, well, look, a crowbar making me feel nice and destructive. I don't know how much we've seen that immediately feels like it warrants a crowbar.
True,
Or-
I haven't been wanting for a crowbar yet.
No, I'm happy to have it.
Why don't we check the final unchecked object, which is the door out?
Le deux.
Can we check the door on the north wall?
Sure. So the door on the north wall is not locked by a key lock, as much as you would think, but instead, this is a swipe card door.
Makes sense.
We use the crowbar
To swipe.
to break open the lock.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, need a swipe card for the door. What's our next step, Danny? I've loosened the room. You solve it.
Can we crawl around under this big old table, see if there was anything that we missed there? We looked at the files, but not so much the table itself.
Sure. So you crawl around under the table and you notice that there's one chair which is completely tucked under the table, pushed in. And the reason it's pushed in is because on the chair, under the table, is this long rectangular box with a directional lock on it.
Ooh. A directional lock. Oh man, have we seen directions?
I don't remember any directions.
Oh no.
Okay, so we've got another lock. I was hoping to find a key. Can I find the file for us, the Pirate King, and rip it up so that they'd never know I was in prison?
Again, you don't have to indulge him.
You have to indulge me.
How much time do you want to spend doing this?
No, we're recently admitted. It'll be on top. We just grab
Do
it
you
and
think
eat it.
we did enough in the other bathroom stalls?
What do we do? In one of them, we found the hidden key.
Yeah.
In the
so
other
there
one,
was some good blacklighting.
was there anything else to do, do you think, in the other bathroom stall?
I'm not sure. It feels like a waste not to at least steal some of the toilet paper.
We can steal some of the toilet paper.
I'll add it to my chains. But we could do a sweep of this place with the UV light.
Yeah, if we go around this main room with the UV light, do we see anything else in, like, on or in the lockers, in the kitchen, on the table, under the table, on the notice board, on the walls?
No, only because, again, it's a one-use thing.
I was afraid you'd say
Yeah,
that.
we smash it and throw it away.
Okay, what have we not dealt with properly? Got a crowbar.
Yes, we now have a
And
crowbar.
a swipe card on the main door.
Yes, we're missing a swipe card, a key for the cleaning room.
I assume we didn't find any sort of swipe card in any of these uniforms, right?
Oh, yes, in the pockets of the uniforms?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No, the uniforms are basically these fresh, newly dry cleaned uniforms, which are basically brand new, waiting for maybe brand new employees.
Or an evil pirate. What do we have that we can use? We have a crowbar, and that's pretty much it, right? An object that we haven't used on something?
I mean, you can use crowbars to force things open, right? That's what they're potentially used for?
Yeah,
That's
can
fair.
we get into the cleaning cupboard with a crowbar?
Yeah, so you jam the crowbar into the essentially the split between the doors of the cleaning cupboard, and it takes a bit of jiggling about, but you manage to break the lock from between the doors, and it flings open with a lot of force. And now you may open the final file in the show notes, which is number 5, which is named 5 Cleaning Cupboard.
Lovely.
All right.
Makes sense. Always hard to know what you should be using your force on when you get the
Yes, true.
opportunity to use force in an escape room. It's so scary. Okay. Ooh, okay, that is shelfy.
Yes. Okay. So we're looking here at like a big old cupboard that's opened up, and it has within it a bunch of stuff.
On
There's
4 shelves.
4 shelves.
One on top of the other.
On the top shelf, there are 2 rolls of toilet paper, a toilet brush, and a bottle of cleaning fluid.
Mm-hmm. Okay, second row, we got a blank space, it looks like, if you're going to say that 4 things could fit on it
sure.
over each shelf. Blank space, then a toilet paper, cleaning fluid, and toilet paper.
Yep. Third row has blank toilet, as in paper, toilet paper,
and
toilet
the
paper,
fourth,
toilet paper.
we got blank fluid. I got to come up with a better word for it. Blank toilet brush.
Yeah, so we've got, I don't know if the blanks matter too much, but yeah, it's 2 toilet rolls, a brush, and a fluid, 2 toilet rolls and a fluid, 3 toilet rolls, a fluid, and a brush. It feels like one of those puzzles, where they're like 2 bananas equal 10, and then a hand of bananas equals 5, that kind of stuff, and an apple plus a banana equals what? Basic algebra that people turned into fun picture puzzles. So are we doing something similar here?
So yeah, my thoughts are either they could represent things, we're supposed to put things in blank spaces, or what we already have here is some other means of signifying things.
The biggest thing that we're missing is a series of directions for a directional lock.
If I were to look at this and try to go, hey, we're looking for directions, I think I'd be looking at the toilet papers, because if you follow the toilet paper from like the top left, there's a consistent
you're right, there's like a
line.
chain of toilet paper.
Yeah.
So if we follow the chain of toilet paper, just to see if it works, on the directional lock box, can we go right, down, down, right, up?
And it opens with this
yeah.
Good pick, Danny. Good
So
pick.
you open this rectangular box, and inside are basically specialized individual police accessories. So you've got like your police ID card, which is specially tailored for you.
Nice.
You've got a swipe card with your name on it attached to a lanyard, and it's basically got let's say fingerprint record, like a gun which has fingerprint ID, so it only responds to you, and all of those are like personalized accessories for being a policeman.
Okay, well, we've got what we need now. So we go to the main door, we take our gun, and we shoot a hole in it. No, we use our swipe card. Does that open the door?
Yeah, so the swipe card opens the door, and you walk into the corridors of the police station. So you try and navigate these corridors, which you have no idea where they lead to, and you're walking around trying to not look suspicious and run into anyone who might recognize you. But you manage to find your way to the lobby and to the front door. And leaving the front door, you see that black car right in front of you that was promised in the note from the lunchbox. You get into the passenger seat of the car, and you notice the driver looks oddly familiar. But it is none other than Dave himself.
What?
I take my gun.
I'm sorry. I was planning on, before we swiped the door and, did some lunch mush swap, I was planning on crawling back through the hole and inviting him out with us.
Nope, he was testing us. He's going to give us a lanyard.
When you get into the car, he says to you, "I see you got all my clues, and yes, I am the inside man. Count yourselves lucky that I managed to get onto your case the moment you got into the police station. I told the other officers that I wanted to pose as another inmate, to prevent you from trying to sell more material, he says in quotation marks. Whereas I just wanted to get you out of the cell. Now go and do more backstreet deals. And there you go.
I take my gun.
We'll give you whatever podcasts you want. Ding! What are you doing with that gun?
And I
What are you doing with that gun?
Danny, who's been watching from the heart secret, just right from the darkness the whole time.
I've been the outside man the whole time.
Danny's gonna betray us.